Welcome back to Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Non-Classic. This episode number 1974 and Doubleshot number 1878. Well, Green Arrow trade and a Star Wars trade. First up we have Green Arrow Volume 5 Black Arrow. Still part of Mike Grove's run. I will reveal when I finish this one how many trades are left. This contains issues 29 to 30 of Green Arrow Volume 2. Dan Jurgens does the artwork, or he's the only artist on here, with, of course, Mark Jones, Grant Mooneyham, and Rick Hosenberg. And, of course, most of these guys, along with Dick Giordano, the inker, does the wonderful original covers. This cover here is done by Ed Hannigan and Dick Giordano. Now, in the case of the opening story arc, it's called Coyote Tears, which takes up basically issues 29 and 30. It's a quick two-parter. And then we have basically, it's most like two-parters, and then a 5-part story because basically it's the 29, 30, 31, 32. Basically from 33 to about 38 is the Black Arrow story arc. And it's the summer story arc. So of course, basically it's multi-part like this one. Coyote Tears is mostly basically dealing with stuff in Alaska. Yes, Alaska. It's basically a PSA comic, mostly mixed in with Oliver and Diana having sex. Yeah. So it goes to Alaska to deal with the nonsense related to this oil stuff. And it's done here with this quick little two-parter. And then we have the next couple issues focused on Black Canary. Yes, Black Canary kind of is the star of the next couple issues with. He plays a more active role in these couple issues, and it's basically a reprisal of a little bit of Law and Hunters, where he was kidnapped by a serial killer, and you have Oliver Queen getting tortured, and then having Diana save him from the torturer. Yep. And then in the Black Arrow story arc, yes, the Black Arrow story arc, which comes right after this one, he's set up for attacking a Navy ship by Eddie Fires, and it turns out Eddie Fires manipulated as well, and it's actually a really good story arc. It's basically it's similar type of trade that basically Ben Percy reused during his run, where he had Green Arrow framed for murder. In that book, that was actually one murder, but basically framed, and then they have written the book. Oh, it can't exactly go clear his name, so he's basically denied bond, and his public lawyer is a complete idiot. Where apparently this does not care. He just basically doesn't want to do his proper job properly. Of course, he does get clear at the very end, but this actually just still really good stuff here. And this book, just really good. Give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Though I should warn you, it's still a mature comic book. With this book in particular, I have exactly 3 trades left to go that collect Mike Grove's run. Yeah, 3 to go. 2 on the way. The other, I'm not sure how about the third one yet. Alright. Next up is a Star Wars book. This is Star Wars Vader-Dark Visions. Believe it or not, this actually is one of 2 Vader miniseries that came between the end of Darth Vader Volume 2 by Charles Shaw and the 3rd volume done by Greg Pak. Yes, they released 2 miniseries. First, this one. Now, this is simply put how various people interpret Vader in this book. Now, in these issues, we have these following. You have just Dennis Hopeless doing the writing here, with these following artists in here. We have Paulo Bonita, does issue 1. You have Brian Level, does 2. 3 is done by Dave Lopez and Javier Pina. Stephen Mooney, does 4, and Jorge Borges. Gerardo Borges, issue 5. The cover art is done by Greg Smoller. Now, these are various different stories. First, basically, is Savior, which is issue 1. And the artwork is freaking gorgeous. I would say of the 5 issues, this has the best artwork. And it is shocking the fact this is not the artwork for the rest of the series. Oh no. It's basically, you have him determined as a savior. Now, the second issue is... Now, this is one of 2 issues set with the Empire. This is basically... You could say this is kind of set a little bit during Empire Strikes Back. We have Vader doing his own thing of choking people. The artwork is not good for this one. Oh my gosh, it's like a downgrade from the previous issue. It feels very childish. And I can say it definitely takes place like either before or just after Empire Strikes Back, because we have this whale creature eats up a destroy it, and eventually Destroyer is destroyed by a Rebel fleet. The artwork is slightly better than issue 3, but this one is so bizarre. It's basically a female medic who's basically fantasizing about Darth Vader throughout the entire book. And she's curious, like, how handsome he is, despite the fact he basically is not seeing his face. And this is set during this is probably set just prior to the events of A New Hope, because we have the original Death Star intact. Yes, so this is before A New Hope. So this woman is obsessed with Vader. It's like a concept of wanting near him. And it finally gets some alone time after fantasizing by him. And then basically he's like, what are you doing here? And then he stabs her. And he puts the helmet on. Stabs her with his lightsaber. And then he says, Vader to the bridge. Come clear up some trash on my quarters, please. Yeah. It's weird. It's not exactly something basic right home out. 4. Hot Shot. Second best, basically artwork-wise, second best compared to the first artwork. It's mostly about a hotshot pilot who thinks he's basically all that, but really he's just a coward. Yeah. And then we had the final issue, which, well, it just basically from one guy's spec. Now, in the case of the New Hope, the Rebel one, that one is not really sure. You could depict at any point, probably even before I have New Hope. I'm not really sure. The next one is basically you can't run. Just basically people on the run. One guy on the run with this whole issue. But yeah, the side effect, this is just various tales of people who interpret Vader as the way they see fit. So basically, like I just mentioned, issue 1, best artwork. Issue 4, second best artwork. I say 5 is probably tied for second best too. The worst is issue 2. The artwork is atrociously bad. I would say slightly better, but still bad. It's issue 3. Still good writing here. Yeah, and I'm happy the fact I got a chance to view this one. Still got one more to go, and that's Target Vader. And that one debuts a character who's got his own series now. You'll find out what it is when I can finally get a chance to answer the trade itself, okay? Give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. I would give it a 9.5, but those two issues 2 and 3, really bad artwork. Yeah. So, that's pretty much it for this particular review. Stay tuned for the next review, which hopefully I might get time to do it. Probably a little bit later. Spy X Family. Okay, next video. Bye.